I'm grateful to Mike for leading us in Christmas songs. I was listening to several radio programs looking for Christmas music, and I noticed that none of them sang about Jesus. No songs. They'd sing about Frosty the Snowman and Santa and things like that, but not religious Christmas songs. It's good to have that. I'm going to be reading from Matthew chapter 26. It's the Garden of Gethsemane. It's the other end of the spectrum. It's almost to the point of Jesus' death. And he calls his closest disciples with him and he says, I'm deeply troubled. I need to pray. I want you to stay with me. Then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane. And he said to them, sit here while I go over there and pray. He took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. Then he said to them, my soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me. Going a little farther, he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, my Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will. Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. Couldn't you men keep watch with me for 1 hour? He asked Peter. Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. He went away a second time and prayed, my Father, if it is possible for this cup to be taken away, unless I drink it, may your will be done. When he came back, he again found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. So he left them and went away once more and prayed a third time, saying the same thing. Then he returned to his disciples and said to them, are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour has come, and the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer. Such a beautiful story, the story of Jesus' birth, a story of hope, a story of joy. But in order for God to fulfill Jesus' mission, he had to go all the way. And I've read this scripture many times, and I've reflected on Jesus and what he was going through and understanding his humanity. And I've looked at it from the perspective of God the Father. How difficult it must have been to have your son go through the agony and pain and shame of death on the cross. But one thing I haven't really considered until today for some reason is that the point of there is no other way. God the Father knew that there was no other way, that Jesus had to go through with this in order for us to be saved. And David says, what is man that you are mindful of him? And sometimes I wonder that myself. You know, men are rebellious and men are foolish. Why is God so patient with us? Why is he so long-suffering? Why did he allow his son to die for us? It's because we cannot comprehend the love of God. It is far beyond our understanding, our ability to comprehend. It is far more than parenthood. It is far more than anything that we know. And so he said in his actions, son, there's no other way. Do what you came to do. Let's go to our Father in prayer.